Live, and we are live. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. My name is Nathan Timmel. I'm a stand-up comedian in Iowa City, Iowa, where it is currently 1 degree. This morning it was minus 15 with wind chill. When I woke up, it was minus 7.
Ouch.
Fucking man weather. And yeah, with me as always is Jake Vever, stand-up comedian in New York City, where it's not minus 15.
It's not. How much is it? Let me see. This isn't going to mess up TikTok, is it? I just switched it off.
TikTok just froze.
Oh, yeah, 28. It's 28. Feels like 16, you know?
Well, there you go. Oh, look at that.
But we have a massive amount of snow. We had
Led is giving you a well done for your finally catching up. I've been complaining about you in the chat, calling you a fuck up.
Yeah. No, that was it's my shitty computer equipment, man. Basically, my multi-adapter crapped out on me, so I had to kind of reroute all my cords and whatnot.
Hello, Rich. Yeah, I had a corporate show last night. It went pretty good considering corporate shows are like when you go to a comedy club, people are there to see comedy. When you do get hired for a corporate event, some people are just like, oh, I want to have a couple drinks and go home. I want to get my bonus.
Hey, fuck your corporate event. I did restart my computer 30 minutes before the thing. As your shit talking ass, as your little gossipy schoolgirl ass would have just heard me say, it was my multi-adapter that crapped out on me.
I literally said I was shitting on you in the chat. I said I've been shitting on you in the chat.
Like a little fucking schoolgirl. Like a little whiny schoolgirl.
Either way, I went and saw, Donnie Townsend? You just shit out.
Crap now. Who's got the bad technical stuff now?
Well, you were frozen on me. You were completely frozen, so.
No, yeah, dude, you were freezing on me too.
All right, tell us in the chat how bad we're fucking up, because this is StreamYard's fucking up. We've got it bad. Keep an eye in the chat. Let us know where we're fucking up.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm watching you talk I'm watching your lips move on TikTok, but I'm hearing nothing, and then I'm just hearing it in StreamYard like 5 seconds later. It's wild.
I see you full on in StreamYard. I have you. Oh God, ultrasound. I'm just gonna refresh. I'll be right back. I'm gonna.
All right, so I'm still on here. We're both still on TikTok, but I can't hear Timmel on TikTok.
All right, did that do anything?
I seem to be hearing you better, man.
All right, it's like watching a dubbed karate movie. Yeah, we're in the 1970s.
Dude, the lip dubbing has gotten so much better. Like when you go from like Fists of Fury to Squid Game, it's insane, man.
Yeah. Well, I watched Squid Game in Korean, so I didn't see the dub. I did a pretty
good job of the dub.
I read the subtitles. Where was I going? Oh, we were talking about winter. I went to see. So anybody out there that doesn't know Iowa City, Cedar Rapids is about roughly an hour from the Quad Cities, which is on the border. And a buddy of mine was performing in Cedar Rapids. He lives in the Quad Cities. It took him 2.5 hours yesterday to get to his gig. And then when this morning I woke up, it's all over TikTok. They said I-80, the main interstate, was closed. Just fucking videos everywhere of one of those multi-car pile-up semis on their side, and they shut 80 down and just completely fuckered.
Well, and if you haven't seen the videos, basically the snow is so heavy that you can't see far enough out to tell, like, oh, there's 17 cars sideways piled on until it's right there, and it's snowy, so you can't slow down fast. All you can do is just kind of swerve and hopefully not get it too bad.
And that's what annoys me is I'm glad I've never been in that situation, because I think I talked about it on here a couple weeks ago. We had a blizzard moving east across the entire Midwest, and I was driving into it from my gig, and it started out completely clear, like, oh, good, it hasn't gotten here yet. I'm doing 70 miles an hour. Like, oh, here are the flurries. I'm doing 60 miles an hour. And by the end, I was driving 30 miles an hour on the highway, but trucks were blowing by me like I was standing still, and I'm like, dumb fucks. And then the next morning I woke up and there were fucking Des Moines was made national news for having a 50-car pile up 2 weeks ago. I was like, all you have to do is slow down. If you are in whiteout conditions, all you have to do is slow down. Literally, if you are doing 30 miles an hour and you stumble upon, oh shit, there's a truck 20 feet away, you can stop. But if you're doing 50, you're going to fucking plow right into it. And that's what those videos show, is people that are just like cruising, oh shit, and trying to go into the ditch and hitting other things.
It's rough, man. I'm all about driving fast. I really am. But
I am too.
When it's that bad.
Not, when it is that bad. Sophie and Ken points out we are not supposed to be doing 90 in that situation. But either way, he was getting drunk on stage, so I assume he had somewhere to stay last night, and not he was doing shots and drinking beer. I assume he was staying in Cedar Rapids and not doubling down on the drive.
Well, they say if you're drunk, you get hurt less in crashes. So it could have been sort of like a liquid airbag situation.
Do you know why that is?
Because you're more relaxed.
Yeah, because you don't like if you get into an accident, you tense up your whole body. But if you're drunk, you just sort of you bounce
That's
around.
Right.
So
sober people tense up like cowards, and then they get what I call 2 for flinching.
Who's Garcia? Kurt Warner. Yeah, he took the Rams to the Super Bowl twice, and I think won both times. I think Warner won both times. Who's Garcia? It's not getting going. That's the issue. It's the stopping. Exactly. I mean, every so often I'll be at a red light and it's like, and then you get going. But this has nothing to do with anything. But when I first moved to Iowa, when I first moved in with my girlfriend before she was my fiance, before I was my wife, I had to come back from Ohio. And I made it all the way driving again into a blizzard. It got really bad. I don't know how much time it added. Guess where I got stuck? In the parking lot of our condo. We didn't have a house yet. We had a condo and had 1-car parking garage and then opens parking. So I pull into the parking lot and I make it right in front of our building. And then I can't turn out of the driving lane. And I had to go wake her up at something like 4 a.m.
That sucks,
hey, I just got home. Can you drive my car while I push it? And I was able to push it into a slot and then had to dig it out the next day. But yeah, I was happy that I made it all the way home.
It wasn't, out in the middle of wherever the hell. Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's jump into some news. Let's talk about yesterday's story. I didn't send you a link because it just happened. I just love what I've been seeing on social media. Gunmen kill at least 11 people in attack on Hanukkah celebration on Sydney's Bondi Beach. And the thing that I love that I'm seeing on, first of all, this is an aside. You're not looking at this article, but in the headline, what that I just read, it's Hanukkah, Hanukkh. But then when you get into the story, they start writing Hanukkah, Chanukkah. Wait, why do you gotta? I know it's both, but why do you gotta pick both for the same story? Choose one or the other for one story. You're
spin a dreidel on it if you have to. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
But it's like it's going.
You got a C on one side, H on the other. You spin it, and that's the version we're going with throughout the whole article. Yeah.
Well, actually, it's in the same sentence. I'm going to read you this paragraph. The violence erupted at the end of a hot summer day when thousands had flocked to Bondi Beach, including hundreds gathered for the Hanukkah by the Sea event, spelled CHA, celebrating the start of the 8-day Hanukkah, HANU, festival. So you have this event that has to be called Hanukkah with a C. Either way, the thing I love...
I hope that was intentional. I hope the editor
was
around going, listen, I don't know anything about Judaism. I don't want to piss off whoever likes both spellings, the Sunni Jewish people and the Shia Jewish people. So we're just going to honor them both spellings of Hanukkah and Chanukah and all of that. We'll just put happy holidays in parentheses right after that.
In parentheses. So it's a horrible fucking tragedy. They say anti-Semitism is on the rise in Australia. It's on the rise everywhere. It's bullshit. Anti-Semitism is horrible. We're condemning it. But the reason I'm laughing is because
I haven't read enough about the story yet. Just because the details are always murky.
It's sensationalism up front. Well, what I'm seeing on social media is, of course, can you guess? Oh, but I thought they banned guns. Looks like banning guns doesn't work. Fuck faces. One shooting every 30 years versus one a day. I think I would rather live in a country that has one issue like this every 30 years than school shootings every other day. Right, I love the people trying to say banning guns doesn't work when it kind of does.
Well, and I get them sort of making the argument that, well, Australia doesn't have the population we do size wise. They don't have as many. They didn't have as many guns when they did that. It's not as simple as it was there.
Right.
Not that it was simple what they did,
but they aren't making that argument. They're just saying ban gun,
right.
no work.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. That's like saying, well, there's still meth, so we're just going to let them sell it in gas stations now. You know what I mean by that same logic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tragic, horrible event, and we're obviously making jokes around it. But yeah, I love that whenever a mass shooting happens, people that replace their penis with a gun jump right to the idea of, but guns are important. It's just such a,
right. And then
Lead points out there was a shooting at Brown. I saw
those preschoolers would have all been armed. Then they could have stopped that madman. Yeah, and they sound nutty. Yeah.
I did unfortunately see a TikTok this morning of a student filming other students cowering, and you hear the shots, happening, and they don't know if the person's going to bust into their room or what's going. They're like this, and someone's filming, and you just hear boom, boom, boom. It's like fucking terrifying. It's
crazy because like what a generation before us, it was like, hey, we got to practice in case a nuclear strike happens because we were worried from Russia.
I got under the desk. Are you old enough to get under the desk?
No. I just missed that cut.
I was in. It ended in.
We did for tornadoes, but not for nukes.
I did 4th and 5th in Milwaukee. I attended this weird class where they had 3rd, 4th grade, 4th, 5th grade, and 5th, 6th grade. It was all mixed. So I don't remember which one it was because I know when I moved out of Milwaukee, I went to 5th grade again instead of going to 7th. It's all sorts of fucked up. But I remember that was 38th Street School in Milwaukee where it was like, duck and cover, one time and we'd get under our desk. And I'm stupid. I'm a kid at this point. But even I went, wait a second. So everything's getting vaporized, but I'm under a desk. All right, cool. Like I wasn't smart, but I could tell that.
I hope whoever devised this plan for all the school children in the country wasn't making 6 figures or higher, because that is a goddamn waste of money. That man needs to be doged. He needs to be doged right away.
But you got under your desk for tornadoes? We always went out in the hallway and sat like this next to our lockers, like the kids in the shooting video.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we would go into the hallways.
What was a communist dictator that we were at war with now has been replaced by just sad incels that can't fuck and are just randomly swipe left on this, you bastards. And it's just it's a weird thing for the Red Scare to be replaced with.
Yes, it is. Well, speaking of sad incels, I did send you that. Where the fuck is it? Who would have guessed that Nick Fuentes is a virgin? He went on Piers Morgan and, Piers, so you're not gay? No, but women are very difficult to be around. Should they vote? No. Should they stay home? Yeah. You're a misogynistic dinosaur. Have you ever had sex? No. He just fully admitted.
That's already been out there.
Is
he was
it?
arguing. Yeah. There was a clip going around. It wasn't as
pointed
in the zeitgeist. No, it was. It wasn't as in the zeitgeist as this one with Piers Morgan, because I don't remember who he was arguing with, but it was a woman on a show or a podcast. Like I don't even know who she was, but he's talking about all this crazy, like really wild misogyny shit, like women shouldn't vote or drive cars or like wild, like Saudi Arabia shit.
Like Saudi Arabia. I was just going to make that reference.
You got to be quick with me, But anyway, so she's asking him about this, and she's like, "Hey, man, don't you like outwardly saying this about women? Don't you find that it's difficult in terms of women that you're in relationships with?" And he goes, "Well, I've never been in a relationship." And she's like, "Well, even women you've hooked up with?" And he goes, "No, I've never just hooked up and had a casual one night stand." And she's like, "Have you ever had sex with a woman at all?" And he's like, "Nope." And so I didn't see, and it blew my mind then, just like it blows my mind now. I didn't know you could be an incel influencer. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you're on board with his racism, misogyny, whatever, you would think the people that are also on board with that are going to be like, yeah, but I want to be the Nazi that fucks. You know what I'm saying? I want to follow Edward Norton in American History X. I want the abs. I want to bang that chick with the blue hair. You know what I mean? I don't want to see nothing when I look at this guy. You know,
you got a fucking snort out of me on that one. I was an involuntary snort because I want to fuck the chick.
Yeah, but it's just weird. It's just weird to have an influencer who's an incel go like, we don't get pussy at all, right, guys? Like and subscribe, and it's like, wait, what? Shouldn't you be trying to get laid? Shouldn't you be? I mean, clearly. There's a lot of right-wing women out there. If the last election taught us anything, you can be fairly conservative and still get, 54% of white women in the country, according to the stats. But so I don't like to be so crazy right-wing that you're just not getting laid. Now, I think he's closeted gay is what I think's going on.
I can see that easily just by his mannerisms and to Sophie and Ken, I would pitch in the $20 to get him laid if I thought it would make him a better person. You know, like, oh shit, I didn't realize sex could be this fun. Now I'm not going to be an asshole anymore. I just think he's too ingrained in being a shithead.
Well, I like where Sophie and Ken's going with that because
that's what we've talked about on the podcast.
It's like why wouldn't he get a hooker? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that if he was a straight incel, but he becomes an influencer. You would think the first thing you would do with your influence is try to influence some pussy onto your dong. You know what I mean? But he's not doing that. He's at least got money. He could get a hooker. Now, I know that he's kind of doing the religious-y thing too. So it could be like, well, getting a hooker is against Jesus or whatever. And so maybe he can't be public about that. But I think he's either closeted straight or closeted gay. I think he's either like banging dudes or thinking about it and just not acting on it, right? Or he's like, I got big as an incel influencer, right? I can't let people know about all this pussy I'm buying on the side. You know what I mean? Like I got to get on there and I got to lie and be like, hey, this sucks having blue balls, right, guys? Meanwhile, like, there's like a hooker in the back room just going, hey, don't make any noise until the podcast guests leave, because this is my whole thing. I'm a closeted heterosexual incel. And if they find out I'm a Chad, no more money, no more.
I'm having flashbacks to Amsterdam. I went to the red light district and did window shopping because I was in a relationship. But my God, if I wasn't in a relationship, I'd be on a plane to Amsterdam if I had Nick Fuentes money. I would get like.
That's right.
Oh my God. I would absolutely
in White Lotus. Just going down the rabbit hole of crazy dark sex addiction.
That's a Mormon thing, Sophie and King, and it's the poop hole loophole. You take it in the can for Christ.
I actually invented that on a road trip to Salt Lake City once. That was me who started that rumor.
Okay, I love this headline just for the shade. I mean, you have to know who wrote this. Evolve Editors. Oh, no one even wrote it. So this is AI.
Wait, before we move on to that, one more point to the Nick Fuentes thing.
Yeah.
With him being in the closet. If somebody ever asks you, are you straight? And you say, yes, but you're not, you're gay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, here, watch this. Ask me if I'm straight.
Hey, Jake, you gay or straight?
Oh, I'm straight. Ask me a follow-up.
Have you ever had sex with a woman?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy thinking about pussy. I love pussy. I'm sorry. You goddamn right I am. You goddamn right. I was just thinking back to a time I did that just now. I was dazing off. Your question just sent me down a rabbit hole of memories and good times.
And good times.
That's right. See, no butt in there. No butt in there. Except for with the women in Salt Lake City. You know what I mean?
All right. So this story has no author. It just says Evolve Editors. It's by the Reality T webpage. So it's literally clickbait. And I fell for it because, not fell for it, but like, ooh, I want to look at that. Like it's funny. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the headline. Keith Urban and Ben Affleck's ex-wife spark dating rumors. And it's like, wait, Ben Affleck's ex-wife, he's been married twice. Jennifer Gardner is already dating. She's in. So you click on it, and it's Keith Urban and Jennifer Lopez. And it's like, awesome. Jennifer Lopez is a name. She's a big name. It's not like I'm not making fun here. I'm saying Matthew McConaughey, Matt Damon. I was getting the name wrong. Matt Damon married a wonderful woman who just happened to be a bartender who's not a celebrity. I don't know her name. I don't know anybody that knows Matt Damon's wife's name because she's not a celebrity. No. Jennifer Lopez is a celebrity, has been since the 90s. So the headline,
a bigger name than Keith Urban, and maybe even a bigger name than Ben Affleck.
But in the headline,
crosses a lot of genres. Yeah.
Yeah. Keith Urban and Ben Affleck's ex-wife. Jennifer Lopez reportedly reached out to Keith Urban after the Nicole Kidman split.
Yeah, some would say that J-Lo is as big a name as what's her name? Travis Kelce's wife. You know what I'm talking about? Or that lady, the Harris lady,
blonde girl. Yeah.
I think used to be
visits hospitals, donates to a lot of money to charity. Good person.
I'm mixing her up with Miley, whatever her name is, and
Miley. Who was Achy Breaky's daughter? Achy Breaky's daughter.
I only know female singers through who they used to bang, who they currently bang, or whose dick they swam out of to get on this planet. Yeah.
I just love that this website is called Reality Tea. That's the, and you know what? One of the headlines is on this thing. One of the you can also click on this. I don't know if you saw it was announced this morning. Amy Schumer's getting a divorce after 7 years of marriage. It's kind of like that unconscious coupling that the Coldplay douchebag and Gwyneth Paltrow did. It's a cohesive split.
There we go. Cohesive split. That's actually my favorite type of ice cream during the summer.
Is that a Ben and Jerry?
Well, they use super glue to make it. Now, it doesn't sound appealing, but I'm telling you, when you mix it with the right stuff, a little bit of Jaeger, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
All right, let's I click off stories we've already looked at so that I don't repeat myself. Oh, this was funny. We only cover the important groundbreaking news on Idiots on Parade, which is why I grabbed this important headline. Denny's is shutting down restaurants around the country. What's behind the closures? Denny's fans say the closures take away a valuable place to connect with others, especially for night workers. Denny's is good for old people that eat dinner at 4 p.m. and drunks that need something to eat after bar time. That's it. The food is not good. It's marginally better than Perkins. They do an okay egg, but Denny's is shutting down because maybe people have figured out it's not that good. I just love that this... Go.
And you just gave such a limited market. You know what I mean? Like the night workers, the old... I mean, it's like, okay, so you're going to have weird rush times. You're not going to have, for the most part, in most areas, you're not going to have a big enough demand to justify the massive size of the most of those restaurants I see on the road. Now, if they were small, like McDonald's or something, like, and some are, but this to me seems like something that should be in a strip mall. You know what I mean? Like just a few tables. You don't need,
Yeah,
it's not the kind of.
Well, because they have parking lots. It is a big thumbprint. But when my kids were really, really young, I took them a couple times because they had these. They would get a free cookie, and it's funny because the kids always wanted to go because we get a free cookie with our meal, and then they would get the cookie and go, "I don't like this cookie." So that was funny. Like they would forget because they had kid amnesia. They would forget. The cookie's not good. But you'd go on Tuesday. It was you buy an adult meal, you get a kid meal free. So I'd get a couple eggs and toast. But it was never, ever, ever anybody in there. It was me and an elderly couple with my kids. Me and an elderly couple. But and once my kids, hit like age 5 or 6, they're like, oh, we don't want to go to Denny's anymore because now it finally, we hit that tipping point of, oh, we remember the cookie's not good. Yes, we get a free cookie, but we take 2 bites and go, I don't want it anymore.
Do you know how bad a cookie has to be?
Yes, I do.
A 5-year-old, it's like I get being a cookie snob once you get a little bit older. In fact, normally if you're kind of a dessert snob, you're going away from cookies anyway. I'm not saying there's no way to make. I used to make these 3-day chocolate chip cookies where I'd make my own toffee from scratch and I'd do all this stuff. And they were the best cookies I've ever had. That said, that's not what you're getting free at Denny's. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have to go to all that trouble for a 5-year-old. 5-year-old's cool with me just busting open a bag of Famous Amos's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Famous Amos's delicious cookie. I could get high and eat Famous Amos all the time because a stoned adult is basically a 5-year-old.
It's a 5-year-old, right?
What they want food wise, and if that cookie is so bad that a 5-year-old is going to be like, Dad, I like choo-choo, bro, what is this shit? You know, like that's a bad cookie. In fact, I heard that those free cookies at Denny's started under the Reagan administration to teach kids the dangers and the lies of socialism. There's no such thing as a free cookie, at least not a good one. That was the original campaign for that.
That's a good campaign. It's funny because when you dig into the article, they said they decided to shut us down due to a lack of sales, said Ashley Fisher, who managed the Denny's
that'll do it every time.
Well, yeah, North Platte, Nebraska. Not a major hub of if your Denny's was there in 1970 when it was the only option, sure, it's going to do business, but North Platte is still not a thriving metropolis, but I'm sure it's got a couple Mexican restaurants. You'd be surprised. The best Mexican I ever had was from non-English speaking natives in a fucking tiny town in Iowa. Like they'll go find a tiny town and set up.
Liberty in Iowa, man.
Yeah.
West
and
Liberty,
so
go out there. Ironically, on the eastern part of the state, but yeah,
the eastern part. But they're gonna have they also have more than 1,300 restaurants. If your North Platte location isn't cutting it, you're gonna shut it down.
Here's these places are running into right now, and I'll tell you what it is. For the Denny's that is in North Platte. Now I've never been to North Platte. Maybe who knows, man? Maybe
I've stopped there for gas.
Right. Maybe it's just one of those weird spots where it, for some reason, has a fairly diverse community and like whatever, just people move there from wherever back in the day. But I'm guessing not the case, right? I'm guessing it is the type of place where 20, 30 years ago or more, the Denny's would get more business there because there wasn't a huge variety in the cuisines that could be cooked at the other restaurants. Now, the internet, I think, has changed a lot of that. I think that even in small towns and stuff like that, a lot of these chefs that are working at these places that are really like, hey, man, I really want to do something. I think they're jumping on YouTube. I think they're like, hey, now I know I can figure out how to make really good jerk chicken or something.
Yeah.
In Nebraska. And I'm not saying it's going to be as good as your Jamaican grandmother or whatever in like Brooklyn or where, like, but it's going to be better than Denny's is what I'm saying. It's not going to be like you're on Flatbush Avenue eating the best jerk chicken there, but it's going to beat the balls off that free cookie at Denny's.
Well, and Sophie and Ken says the Grand Slam started at $1.99 is now $13 to $15. That's the other part is I get it, inflation, but if you're willing to go in and spend $1.99 for a couple eggs and toast, that's one thing. But if you're spending $9.99 for a couple eggs and toast, you're gonna go somewhere like a little cafe or something where they put a little effort in. You'll get the same eggs and toast or bagel, or maybe you'll spend $1 more. But you don't want to spend a lot of money at a fucking Denny's. The whole point of it was we have cheap food. And it's not that great, but it's cheap. And now if it's getting hit by inflation, you're not going to go spend $10, $13
when the fast food has gone up more than just in inflation. I'm glad Sophie can point it out because I've said that for a long time about fast food in general, man. It used to be so much cheaper than regular food, but now if you go there, you can still kind of eat cheap. If you're at like McDonald's, Taco Bell, or whatever, you're just going off like the extra value menu.
Right? You just get one or two items.
Shit. Yeah. Like that's the way to do it. But once you like really fill up there, get like a big meal or something like that, you're paying where it used to be like you're paying half or a third or whatever that you would at like a nice little, tavern, restaurant, bar kind of situation. Now it's like, well, I'm paying 80%.
Of what the
I might as well
home
just
cooked
chip in. Exactly. I'll chip in a few extra bucks and go to someplace good.
Right. Chinese on Flatbush. You ever have that?
I haven't spent a ton of time on Flatbush, but yeah, I mean, like the food in New York is fucking unrivaled just because you have people and like full on neighborhoods from all over the fucking world. So I mean, you can get like chefs at these restaurants who've legit been cooking this food their whole lives, man. And so it's awesome. I right now I am in a Jewish Uzbeki neighborhood, so I have a super authentic Jewish Uzbeki food. It's awesome, man. And so it's like, yeah, Denny's. I'm shocked when I see things like that here.
Yeah,
like, they have 7 different types of lamb dumplings in that Jewish Uzbeki restaurant across the street. What are you doing?
I go to Denny's, man.
Yeah. Best hummus I ever had is in that place.
Well, speaking of the cost of food, I loved this headline. Nope, wrong one. This Trump voter is mad about the difference between their 2024 and 2025 grocery bills, and people reacted exactly how you'd expect. Person posted online, hey, my grocery bill has gone up. Look at this total from 1 year ago. And now, Trump, I thought you were going to bring the price down. How dare you? My first thought, who the fuck is saving their receipt from 1 year ago on the same week?
Dude, Trump's got to worry about that guy. I didn't even think about that. That's
the only thing I thought about. Why do you have a grocery store receipt from 1 year ago? Unless it was someone that specifically said, I'm going to set this aside to show how awesome, like they do that. Like, I'm setting this aside so that 1 year from now, I'll own the libs, but they didn't. But that's the only reason I can think of.
Dude, I think this guy is a psycho. I'm picturing Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison putting on that fucking lipstick and just looking at the prices of his receipts, just going, someone's going to pay. I will Luigi Mangione somebody today.
But then, of course, all the memes are saying this is what you voted for, because it is. All Trump did through the election was say tariff, 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 and anybody with an IQ above that of a turnip said, yeah, that's going to raise prices. And it has, like, shocking. And that's the other thing is, headline, Trump is giving farmers $12 billion in aid. They've been hit hard by his trade war with China. So he said, we're going to take $12 billion that we've collected from all this tariff money to give it to farmers who are losing money because of the tariffs. It's the fucking dumbest thing ever. Or you could have just not gotten in a trade war and let everybody just earn their money. What would that have been if instead of, getting into trade wars that we are losing because China, I don't know if I didn't send you any links, but all I've been reading about is China took one look at America and went, okay, well, we're going to sell to the rest of the world. And they are exporting, their exports are up because the rest of the world is buying more, because they're just like, all right, well, fuck you, America. We're getting fucked, and it's all because you people are stupid that heard him say tariffs and cheered and didn't listen.
He ran on affordability and is like, listen, goods are too expensive. Here's what I'm going to do. Massive taxes on consumer goods. Yeah. Hopefully it'll bring the prices down.
And Sophie and Ken is right. The $12 billion won't go to small farms. It's for corporate farms. And that's what he did in 2018, too. In 2018, the farmer bailout went to corporate farms. Did you see the clip that went viral a couple of days ago of Trump? He said affordability is a Democrat term, and people were splicing
and a hoax. And
he said it's but people were splicing him on the campaign trail.
On this, man.
Yeah, they were talking
the
about
only two things he said is I'm going to make things cheaper and I'm going to release the Epstein files. The entire time. Play that on loop.
That's all you had to do. Okay, Sophie and Ken points out his Walmart app saves all the purchase. My Target app does the same thing. Sophie, I'm not judging, but I'm a little more bougie than you. I shop at Target. But okay, I suppose I could go back a year. All right, that maybe that does answer it. If I don't know how long Target app saves it, but all right, you could do a comparative. Farmer aid is welfare. Yes, but the thing is, when it's student loans being forgiven, only after you've paid them for 20 years and still aren't out of debt, that's when it's forgiven. That's bad, but farmers who vote for assholes and get fucked, then they deserve it. No Target in Canada? Oh, I did read about that once. The Target made a push in Canada and then failed. Didn't it fail in Canada, Sophie and Ken? I'm pretty sure it did. The Target made a push up there and it didn't work out.
Yeah, what do they got? Tim Hortons up there?
Well, that's a restaurant and hot cocoa.
Right.
And Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Oh, this is wellness influencer Stacy Warnecki, 30, died from severe blood loss after, quote, free birth at home. I told you this. This reminded me of a Jim Gaffigan joke. Do you know that joke?
I've probably seen it, but I don't.
It's
I'm
great
not
because
recalling.
he delivers it in pure. I can't do a Jim Gaffigan impersonation, but he's like, so we did a birth at home thing, and when I tell people, they're like, wow, we went to a hospital because we wanted our kids to live. I mean, he just delivers it so dry. But the thing about this, it's like we opened with a thing. Yeah, this is tragic. Oh, Australia too. So two bad things in Australia. She's a wellness influencer saying, I'm like JFK, RFK. I mean, I'm like RFK. I know better than everyone. Science is stupid. She had the birth
I
at
don't
home.
need no doctor. Oh, I got an amethyst crystal.
But not just exactly that. Not just so. Gaffigan, when he talked about it, he said that they had, I believe, I could be wrong, either a midwife or my wife had one. I can't remember what it's called. It's somewhere between a nurse and a midwife.
Doula.
It's someone that's
Doula.
there to help. This woman did it
Doula.
just. What's a doula? Yes, thank you. My wife had a doula. But this woman had nothing. I'm looking for it, but I remember she had the baby at home without help from a medical professional, such as a doctor or midwife, according to the report. Okay, I get it. You can say, I want to do a free birth at home in the bathtub with warm water like Gaffigan, with a midwife, with a doula, with someone that's had training. But when you're just like, what? I've got an amethyst. It's tragic, but like with the fucking Trump lady, this is what you voted for. It's a worst case scenario. I don't know if she has other kids. It sucks they don't have a mom.
I feel bad making fun.
I
of this,
feel
man.
bad making jokes, but it's also like, fucking get at least someone there that knows their shit. I am not judging you for not wanting to go to a hospital. Fucking have someone in your corner. My God. And
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is most of the time the home births are going to go fine. It's you. The hospital really is for the emergency situations, which they're not really equipped to deal with in these home birth situations.
Right.
Most of the time. That's why, and the whole idea of like, well, we're doing it more natural, man. We're doing things the way they used to do before
before life expectancy
man
got past 35.
Do you mean back when the leading cause of women was natural pregnancies? That was it was, dude, here was it went cancer, saber-tooth tiger, natural pregnancies. Jealous ex-boyfriend actually still had number one back then in terms of,
well, because they carried clubs around. So they'd club a saber-tooth and then they'd club their girlfriend out of anger.
There was no doorbell cams back then. It was a whole thing. So jealous ex-boyfriend still had number one, but right underneath that, it's the home births, leading cause of death underneath jealous ex-boyfriend in between.
Here's why here's why I'm able to compartmentalize and say it's horrible and I feel bad for if she has other kids or husband, it's a tragedy, but also make fun of it. Because when my firstborn was a baby and we were at the pediatrician's office, I say stupid things all the time. That's all I do is say stupid things. They're not funny. They're not amusing. I just have a stupid brain and I say stupid things. The pediatrician was talking about breast milk and my wife was having a little trouble. And he said, well, if you need to fill the gap with some formula, there's nothing wrong with that. It's good. And if the baby drinks all the formula and runs out, I said, then we can put Mountain Dew in the bottle. And the pediatrician knew me by then, and he just sort of paused and sighed and went, you have no idea how often I hear that question, but it's not a joke. And it's like, that's what these wellness influencers do, is they influence really stupid people. It's like when all those right-wing radio talk show hosts, there were at least 5 or 7 of them who were anti-COVID vaccinations who died of COVID. It's like, good. You're spreading stupid misinformation to dumb people, and look where it got you. That's why I'm able to talk about it callously, because as much as it is a tragedy, you are spreading stupid information, and maybe some of your idiot followers will look at what happened to you and go, oh shit, maybe I should do it smarter.
Well, okay. Here's why
Solar Lass is right here. Solar, fill us in. If she had her first at home, she wouldn't be here today. He was 12.3. That's a big baby. That's a big baby. Yeah, you might have. So yeah, surrounded by medical professionals that could jump in. I came out dead. I came out with my umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, and I wasn't breathing, and they had to revive me. Do that at home. Like, oh shit, baby CPR. Like so yeah, I wouldn't be here, and the world would be a better place. Ba-dum-bum-ba-bum-bum. Beat you to it, comment section.
I heard the Clintons were involved, man. There was a minute missing from the from all the security cameras in the delivery rooms. That's what I heard.
Did you see the latest episode of South Park?
I have not yet.
I'm not going to give you a spoiler alert. It completely sideways twist ending that talks about missing foot. I did not see it coming. I'm like, it's such a bonkers episode. They just had God bless them. They have zero fucks to give. Zero.
Right, yeah, this season's been awesome.
It's been great. Like Satan's Baby on SP. Yeah, that's literally. See, Richard saw it. Richard saw South Park.
Yeah, I really got. I started watching it, man. I gotta finish that
great.
episode.
I was at a learning hospital, standing room only in the delivery room, popcorn not included. Yeah. Sophie and Ken saw it too. Everybody saw South Park but Jake.
Man.
Either way, that's my whole thing with these influencers is they spread such horrible fucking ideas, and I don't know this one, but the ones I do see, it's always the same thing. I know better than you. Everybody's wrong. P.S. Click the link and buy my supplements. They're always pushing something. They're always pushing something. It's their supplements, and that's why it's bullshit.
It is pretty annoying, but I will push back a little bit and say I blame sort of our governments. I'll say how bought out it is by big pharma and stuff like that, and how
I can hear that. Yeah.
It what it does is it erodes confidence in the system, and it erodes people's trust in the government and its relationship to the big pharma companies, because we are an extremely over medicated country. I don't think people were not trusting the vaccine or whatever, being skeptical when you look at the way our government has just kind of let big pharma do whatever. Like, oh yeah, here the doctors came and the pharmaceutical companies came to this doctor's office and bought him lunch and gave him all these speaking fees and all this, and now
that's how the opioid crisis took off. Oxycodone's completely safe. Yeah,
to watch what happened with Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family, and to then turn to people and go, what do you don't trust the government? What are you, a crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy? So it's like, you got to be a little bit crazy to just believe everything that the government and the pharmaceutical companies tell you. But then the other extreme of that is like, I'm going to listen to this hippie in the woods on mushrooms as he fucking deep throats an amethyst crystal and is telling me to give birth in a kiddie pool. Like, that's the exact same level of crazy in terms of the guy that believes everything the government says, but like the other extreme. I now believe nothing that any kind of pharmaceutical company has to do. Like, they're two wild extremes. You got to be somewhere in the middle.
This big smile is because I really loved kiddie pool. That would make me laugh.
Right.
Further than a kiddie pool. So I shit on RFK a lot. I'll give him praise for one thing. He is pushing to ban those fucking pharmaceutical ads. America and New Zealand are the only two countries that allow ask your doctor if this drug is right for you advertising on TV. And it's bullshit. And if he can get that banned,
should my doctor know? How about I ask my doctor what my doctor thinks I should
I have a whole bit about it that I haven't done. I'm going to bring the bit back. But yeah, that would be one thing I would absolutely get behind. Solar. I worked at Pfizer. All the farm reps were beautiful. One of the job requirements. Yeah, it's like being a fucking blonde with great boobs on Fox. Yeah, there's a type. All right. The last thing I want to talk about is just something that I sent you. It's a screenshot. And the reason I want to talk about this is really quick. Someone that's on my friend list. I honestly don't know who they are. They're just someone that's on my friend list. They changed their profile picture to, I'm going to read it verbatim, and I'm going to put, nobody will ever, period. Ever, comma, love you more than Jesus, period.
This feels
amen,
like a
period.
plot.
Well, I just love the fact that it's nobody will ever, period, ever, comma, love you more than Jesus. It should, so it's literally nobody will ever, ever. Love you. It should be 2 commas, but the whole point I sent it to you is he changed his profile picture, liked his own profile picture, and then commented the first comment, so true. I just want to know what kind of person does that Breakfast Club Brian Johnson shoulder chuck of, I just changed my profile picture. I liked it myself. Like
a person? No person. A bot? Most of them.
Yeah, but this isn't a bot. I know. I clicked. No, this person's been on my list for a while. I just don't pay attention to it. But like, what goes through the mind of someone that likes their own status? That like type, click. I'm so good. I don't get it.
I will say a bot. But I will also say if it is not a bot and this is a real guy, I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast. Because a dude like this is fucking nuts, man.
Oh, he'll pray for me. No, he loves Jesus. He'll pray for me. That's what he'll do.
Or he prays to those 7.62 shells he's putting into his mag of his AK. And
Sophie's got it.
Nothing's to it.
That's a boomer thing. Sophie says it's a boomer thing. They like their own statuses. I bet I'm gonna search after we get off the podcast. I bet that out there somewhere is someone that says, oh, the algorithm likes it when you get likes and comments right away, so make sure to like your own status and comment on it so the algorithm thinks it's popular. I bet that's what it is. All right. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. As Ultra pointed out, some people sell T-shirts and books and not supplements. I'm going to start selling supplements. The T-shirts and books don't sell well enough. Jake, you and I, we're becoming wellness influencers. We're going to tell people to have babies in kiddie pools, and we're going to sell kiddie pools. We're going to sell birthing kiddie pools. God damn it. This is our new Get Rich Quick. We are going to sell birthing kiddie pools. You heard it here first. Next week, it's going to be wellness. Until then, nathantimmel.com will take you to my T-shirt store, my bookstore, and I do have a special on YouTube, Unapologetic. That is Jake Vevra. Vevera. I spell his name because at Jake Vevra is where you find him on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, where he has a special, Unalived by Dog Pills.
Check it out. Give it a like.
Check it out. Give it a like. I am opening my calendar because I'm pretty sure, yes, this is the 20th Saturday. I should be good to go on our normal Saturday. This Sunday was on me, and then we hit the holidays. It'll be Sunday the 28th. It will be either Saturday. What's that?
Did you say Saturday?
Saturday the 20th is good for me. I sent you. So next week we can go on our regular day.
Okay, cool.
Then we get into Christmas and shit. So everybody that watches, thank you so much. I will try and keep you updated as often as possible. Sophie and Ken would buy our kitty birthing pool. Shit, we got to have it ready for Christmas next year. We'll have everybody gets everybody in 2020.
Everybody start fucking now so the kid's ready by next year.
Everybody in 2027 is going to have their kid in a official Idiots on Parade birthing kiddie pool.
That's right.
It is football time. We got 30 minutes. Who do your Lions play today?
They play. Why did I know this? Are they playing the
Broncos.
They're playing the Rams.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. We got the Broncos in Denver, so Packers got a tough one. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week. Or this week.
Buy our birthing pool. It's the same one Roseanne Barr used for her kids, or as I call her, Tom Arnold's ex-wife.